welcome or welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Jasmine, and on my channel I talk about everything crochet related. I talk about the business side. So if this is your vibe, please consider subscribing. On today's video, I wanted to bring you guys along the behind the scenes of me making my next project, because I've never done a video like this before. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to put the tutorials out in time, enough time for Valentine's Day, so you guys can make it as well. So this is going to be a little challenge. So far I have about, let's count, 19 heart granny squares. So this is what I got done so far. Let me know in the comments and let me know what you guys think I'm making. This is something that I never made before. Originally, I was gonna make it into a top, but the store that I went to only had acrylic yarns, and this is not the best. It doesn't feel good against your skin as like clothing. So just know it's not gonna be a top or any type of clothing. So I decided to pivot and go a different route instead. But I have to make 8 more of these granny squares. And guess in the comments and let me know how long you think one granny square took, including the time I had to weave in the ends. Because I recorded myself for the first time because I never time myself when I do my crochet work. So I actually timed myself this time. And yeah, I was surprised. Like, I didn't know it took me that long. So I gotta make 8 more granny squares, and I'm also filming a tutorial on how to make the granny squares, and then I'm filming another tutorial on what I'm making with the granny squares. So I got 2 tutorials coming soon. So I'm super excited. And I am obviously gonna have to connect the granny squares together. And I was experimenting with different methods. So I tried connecting them like using a zigzag pattern. I wasn't a fan of how that looked. I basically attached a piece of yarn and I chained 4 and I tried to connect it with the other side, and I just kept repeating it, and it just gave me this zigzag effect. Let me show you guys actually. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. It's not how I envisioned it in my head, so that's not the method that I'm gonna go with. But I'm gonna show you guys. I took some pictures, so let me show you guys. Actually, I can't show you guys. I'm just gonna insert some pictures, but I tried the zigzag method. I tried single crochet with the back loops only, and then I tried slip stitches with the back loops only. So I think I'm gonna go with the single crochet back loops only. I think that looked the best to me, and I'm still trying to see if I want to connect them using red yarn, or yeah, I think I'm just gonna use red yarn. So yeah, so I'm gonna make 8 more of these squares, and yeah, I'm just gonna crochet a little bit, and I'll meet you when I'm done with all of my granny squares. I don't think I mentioned the yarn that I was using yet. So this is 100% acrylic yarn from Joann Fabrics, I believe. I think it's their brand. These 2 are their brand, but this one is Loops and Threads. This one's way softer than these 2. I'm not a fan of this brand. It splits a lot. It's not the softest acrylic. So that's another reason why I decided to not make the top and instead go with what I'm making right now. So, but it's getting the job done, so can't complain. I want to know if you guys are a movie / show watcher or a music type of girly when you're crocheting, because I love watching me a good series or like a movie when I'm crocheting. So right now I'm watching Love on the Spectrum, and I always heard about it, but I just never got around to watching it. And recently I've been seeing people talk about it on TikTok, and I'm on the spectrum as well, so I thought it'd be cool to see other perspectives and how other autistic people function. So yeah, I'm starting that right now, and that's what I'm going to be watching when I'm crocheting the granny squares. All right, I got the heart complete. Two rounds down, 3 more rounds to go. So this is the heart. So cute. All right, I feel like this video is all over the place, but this is literally how my brain works. So just follow along. But I wanted to show you guys kind of like my rough drafts of like the process and how I go about creating my own patterns. So this is what my original idea was going to be. It was going to be, the whole back panel was going to be the heart granny squares. And then I was going to make, it was going to be more of a cardigan situation. And I wasn't sure on the stitch that I wanted to do, but I knew that I wanted it to have like a V cut. Anyways, that don't matter anymore because this is not the pattern that I'm following. But yeah, I just do like little rough drafts just so I can picture it in my head. Oh yeah, this is the before of my my matching set, the top that I did a tutorial on. It's on my page. But yeah, it doesn't look like the end product, but it's a little rough draft just so I can get an idea of how my project is going to look. But y'all still don't know what I'm making, but I might show you guys at the end of the video, or I just might leave you guys guessing until the tutorial comes out. Okay, hours later, I finally finished completing all 28 squares. I just want to pop on here and say that if it sounds like I'm out of breath, it's because I am. Right before this clip, I couldn't find my tripod, my light, and I still haven't found it, so bear with me. And I want to tell you guys so bad, but I'm gonna keep it a secret. So now, originally I wasn't going to block them, and I was just gonna steam block it at the end, but I didn't work on these in one setting, so like my tension is tighter on some and then some are looser. So I'm gonna use this blocking board and try to make them all the same size as much as possible. I only have 2 boards, so I'm gonna divide each one with 14 squares. I should be able to fit all 14 on here. And I wanted to make it the same size. So we're gonna put one right here. I might stretch them out just a little bit. So put that. Is that too stretched out? Or is that cute? Sometimes I wish this was live so you guys can help me with stuff like on the spot. I think I'm gonna move it over a tad bit. Let's try this. Is that better? I think that's better. All right, so how many boxes is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. All right, that should be good. And now I'm just gonna spray it with some water. You wanna make sure you're doing it on the right side too. This is the bad side, and then this is the good side. So I just spritz it with water. And I'm probably still gonna end up steaming it at the end, but this is just to make the squares the same size. I don't know if I should put one right there and right there. I don't know, so maybe, I think that's good. I'm gonna try to put 4 on each, but you also want to leave room to give it room to dry and breathe. So I might not be able to fit 4 on here. So now, let's do the same thing to this one. I feel like some squares look better than the others, because especially the ones I did at the end, because I finally feel like I was getting the technique down. But that's okay, you can't really notice it. And the thing with this pattern is, if you mess up on the first round, then the second round is going to be messed up and so forth. So with each round, you have to make sure you have the right amount of stitch count. That was the most annoying thing about this pattern. But after this video goes up, I'm going to put the tutorial for the squares up, and then the video after that is going to be the project that I used for these squares. So as soon as I drop the tutorial for these squares, just know you need to do 28. So you can get started on that. So by the time I release the tutorial on what I'm making, you guys will already have your 28 squares, or be close to it at least. probably could fit an extra one on here. I'm gonna go back and see if I can add an extra one. I only have 2 boards. 1, 2. Let me try to add. Let's see if I can fit one more on each. Might take a little bit longer to dry, but that's okay. All right, so I got 3 on here. So after adding 3, I have 2 squares left. So I'm just gonna try to squeeze it, the last 2 on this. And if it takes longer to dry, it takes longer. Not that big of a deal. All right, let's do the last 2 squares. Spray bottles. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, now we got 14 more squares to do on the next one. So this is what the squares are looking like on the blocking board, and it's looking like I want to be able to finish the tutorials in enough time so you guys can make your own for Valentine's Day. I would say those last 8 squares took the most out of me because I was just trying to hurry up and finish it for you guys, but I'm glad I did. So I finished blocking all of my squares. So let me know if you guys like this kind of video and like to see like the behind the scenes, and I'll do more. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and comment below on what you think I'm going to be making.